Alright, hello guys, this is Preston from Kaijudo, and first things first, I wanted to say I'm sorry that I haven't been on YouTube that much. I've been having a lot of real life stuff going down. Thanksgiving just went down, and I'm just getting over a sickness. You can kind of still hear it in my voice. And so, I'm going to do something a little bit special here and show you guys a little bit of fun combos that I've learned and fun things I've learned about this game. A little bit of my feelings mixed in there, and of course at the end there's going to be an infinite combo, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So here's what I'm going to start with. Bronze Arm Sabertooth. This is, in my opinion, is the second best evolution card we have right out in the format, because of course it needs a Beastkin bait, and there's a Prickleback, which is probably my favorite bait for it, but I'm using Moonhauer Tribe because it's a card I just picked up right now. So Bronze Arm Sabertooth. It's a level 4, so right away it dodges Tendril Grasp, which is kind of important for evolution cards right now because the green is starting to become the new blue, where because of Reap and Sow, a lot of people are starting to use green in decks instead of blue, because you can also ramp mana a lot faster and get the draw power you might need just to win. So Reap and Sow is another good card, but this card is really good because of its ability, One with Nature. If this creature would be banished, put it in your mana zone instead. This card is a threat on the field. Okay, now not only is it a threat on the field, but when they get rid of it, it becomes a threat too because it goes into your mana zone. And like they've been saying about evolution creatures, is when the evolution creature is removed from the field, all the cards under it are removed with it to the same place. So if it gets banished, both cards go into the graveyard. If it goes into mana, both cards go into mana. If it goes into your hand, they both go into your hand. So unless this gets bounced, this card is most likely going to go into your mana zone. This card's brutal. It's a way to ramp. You can sacrifice it to get mana you might need for your next turn. I feel like this is one of the most game-changing evolution cards you can get. I mean, with everybody starting to play green, he is brutal, he's strong for his level. He's a double breaker, guys. He's hands down the second best evolution card. That's all I can say about him. I think a lot of people should start keeping their eye out for green evolution cards. Now, of course, the first best one would be Hydra Medusa. What I'm going to say about evolution cards is, on a general basis, I would keep two baits per evolution card in your deck. Cool thing about Hydra Medusa is not only is its ability Eradicate out of control when it comes into the battle zone, banish target enemy creature. This Hydra Medusa can go 1-in-1 with its bait, because of the fact is, no matter what, when you summon this creature, it has an ability that's going to go off like that. So if you have like 3 baits, which your primal bait would probably be Scavenging Chimera, because then you can get another Hydra Medusa back from your graveyard if you needed to. Scavenging Chimera's Mono Darkness is out of hands, guys. Mono Darkness is, it's amazing. When everybody's putting up Mono Darkness deck profiles, I'll have one up for you guys too. But the cool thing is, you can play Hydra Medusa on its bait, right? And then if you draw another Hydra Medusa, you can play it on that Hydra Medusa and still kill something. It's a terror pit on wheels, and everybody's starting to realize it. And this will probably be one of the best, if not the best evolution cards, the best evolution card ever made by Kaijudo right now. It's a threat, guys. It's an unbelievable threat. And of course, because it's a level 5, it dodges all the minor removal, like Return to Soil, Bone Blades, things like that. It's a big threat. And of course it can come out and attack its first turn, like every other evolution card. Now, a lot of people are starting to still play like their old decks, and of course Blurple. One thing I noticed is bounce has gotten a little bit minor in this format, but if you start using bounce on your own creatures, like Hydra Medusa, guys, you can cause more of a threat to your opponent instead of bouncing their creature out of the battle zone. Because you don't want to bounce an evolution creature technically out of the battle zone, because they'll just resummon it again most likely and attack again with it. So being able to bounce your own evolution creature, especially when it's a Hydra Medusa, is just out of hand. And I did this with a Water Spout Gargoyle, which I feel is just hands down the best way to do this. I had a stack like this, exactly like this, and I had played Water Spout Gargoyle, and I bounced my Water Spout Gargoyle and my Hydra Medusa stack back into my hand. And of course, next turn I just kept on rinsing and repeating, and I could keep the Water Spout Gargoyle in my hand and keep recycling this little destruction bit throughout time. And of course, each time you recycle this destruction bit, this card can come out and attack. So that's just a pretty cool combo. I really like that, and I think Boerboel's getting strong. You don't have to do it necessarily with Water Spout Gargoyle. You can do it with things like Veil Vortex. But yeah, bounce is still good, guys, and this is one of the best ways I feel like you can use it. My next card is Orion. He's my favorite card right now. He's brutal, guys. He's a level 9, 10,500 power. He's a double breaker. And his first ability says, when he comes into play, you may tap 3 target enemy creatures in the battle zone. Now, his second ability is, when this creature is banished, you may look at the top 3 cards of your deck. You may put non-evolution like creatures into the battle zone and put the rest of the cards on the bottom of your deck in any order. Guys, it's a brutal ability. I have a deck profile that I'm going to put up tonight for you guys with Orion, and using this combo I'm about ready to show you. He's brutal, guys. Sometimes I'll ramp up to him in my deck, and then I'll ram him into something to kill him, to summon something, you know? You can summon him off of him, which is even more ridiculous. So, the card that goes best with him is Sasha. Run 3 Orions and 3 Sashas. And of course, Sasha's ability is Mega Laser Cannon. When this creature enters the battle zone, choose up to 2 target tapped creatures, and your opponent shuffles them into his or her deck. So, if you get like an Orion and a Sasha off of Orion's ability, you can tap 3 creatures and send 2 of them into your opponent's deck and make them shuffle. It's brutal. And Sasha's even brutal just on her own right now, because evolution creatures, once they come out into play, are gonna, of course, attack. I mean, they're strong. So Sasha should be getting some mad respect right now, guys. And especially with Orion combo, that's so cool. And if you're looking for other cards to use with Orion, of course Radiant comes into play, because he's just a really strong powerhouse. Really strong powerhouse light creature that you can summon for free off of Orion's ability. And another one is Earth, the Overlord. And he used Earth with his Paralyzing Presence, which taps all enemy creatures in the battle zone that don't have blocker. And you get a Sasha, of course. It's just like this cycle is really cool. And Sasha can send those into their deck. The whole Sasha and Orion thing is what made me make this deck, and I think everybody should enjoy that. So, there it is. Orion is my new favorite card just because of this deck. And again, that profile will be up later tonight. And lastly but not least, the Infinite Combo. So when we start out, this Infinite Combo is Infinite Attacks, by the way. And the first card of this combo is Alcadius. Alcadius' ability, he's a double breaker, of course, level 7, 6,000 power. His ability is infused with light. Whenever this creature attacks, choose one of your creatures that is level 5 or less and untap it. Okay? So, as we know in this game, you have as many attack phases as you do creatures that can attack. So when you untap a creature, it can attack again. So, the second card in this little trick is Twilight Commander. So, these are the cards that cause the infinite attack. His Twilight Commander's ability is Rally. Whenever this creature attacks, you may choose one of your creatures that has less power than this creature and untap it. Okay, so if you swing with Twilight Commander, of course, and then you swing with Alcadius, you can untap Twilight Commander. Now the problem is, if you swing with Twilight Commander, you can't untap Alcadius right now. But that all changes if you play a card like Magma Madness, which gives him plus 4,000 power and Double Breaker. So now he's a 9,000 Double Breaker, and when he attacks, you know, you break 2 shields or whatever, or you can kill someone, and then you can swing with Alcadius and untap him, and then swing with Twilight Commander, and since he has more power than Alcadius, you'll untap him, and this cycle just keeps going, guys. Like, it's brutal. And if you know that your opponent's shields aren't that big, or if you're trying to destroy a big field of little wimpy creatures because you're playing against Rush, this is a brutal combo, especially with Magma Madness. Now, if you're playing like a ramp deck, because a lot of people are playing green right now, the cards you would probably use to pump up Twilight Commander, because you don't want to use Power Surge because it pumps up Alcadius too, but the cards you would use would be Forest Hornet. When his ability is, whenever this creature enters the battle zone, choose one of your other creatures. It gets plus 3,000 power until the end of turn. So that would make him an 8,000, which would make him bigger, which would make him more powerful than Alcadius, which would make this cycle go through. Or you could use 3-Eyed Dragonfly. And you need to keep 3-Eyed Dragonfly on the field for this to happen, at least for one turn, which is a lot more brutal of a combo. And of course, this combo does take a lot of time to set up. I understand, but I got tickled pink when I pulled it off myself. Advanced Scout. Whenever this creature attacks, choose one of your other creatures. It gets plus 2,000 power until the end of turn. So 3-Eyed Dragonfly actually helps this combo go off. And this is infinite attacks between 2 creatures, and you can do it with green, which again is what I would probably most likely aim for if I were doing this combo. And then if you're playing with red and yellow, of course Magma Madness would be the way to go. And not just because it's an easy way to get plus 4,000 power, but it also makes Twilight Commander a double breaker, which is more power to you in this combo. Less attacks, the better. Of course, if you're attacking shields. So there it is, guys. It's the infinite combo with Alcadius, Winged Justice, and Twilight Commander. And I hope you guys all enjoyed that. And this is Preston from Denver Kaijudo. I am sorry that I'm really sick right now making this video. But, yeah. So I will be posting that Orion Radiant Fury deck profile up for you guys later tonight. Thank you for watching this, and peace out.